Hey everybody, so today we're going to talk about the Caribbean part of Costa Rica, from Limon all the way to Manzanillo.
On our way to our honeymoon. We got a honeymoon shirt. It's our first time using Waze. This is also our first time driving in Costa Rica. How is it, babe?
It's rough. This guy's going like 2 miles an hour.
Yeah. We have like a 6.5 hour drive, it says. Everyone's concerned that it's gonna get dark. We went surfing first because priorities. We are going to Congo Bongo Eco Village, the Caribbean side of Costa Rica. A hotel I am most excited for. Here comes the fun. So much better than San Jose, for sure. Much more relaxed.
San Jose was nuts.
Yeah, that was not a good time.
So the Caribbean side, we were there for a week. We have not been there more than one time. But I will say, separate from, like, I don't think you can compare the cloud forest to the Caribbean side, but if you're going to compare the Pacific versus the Caribbean side, I much rather prefer the Caribbean side. The beaches we went to were a lot more homey. They were less populated. They were a lot less touristy. They had a lot more actual wildlife. Like if you want to go see sloths, you go to the Caribbean. If you're going to Costa Rica, culture-wise, you expect to see, you know, the history of Spanish settlers coming into Costa Rica. But Costa Rica, this time around, we actually met a lot of people from all over the place. So going to the Caribbean, there's like an 8% population of Afro-Costa Ricans coming from Jamaica that have settled to Costa Rica for banana farming and the banana plantations. You hear more different languages coming in, and that's when you hear more Creole and Spanish mixed sometimes in the same conversation, which is kind of cool to listen to. And I think that's a big highlight of why the food isn't just your typical Costa Rican breakfast or meals, beans, rice, that cheese block thing that I love so much. In result of a lot of the touristy travelers that just stayed there, we've met a lot of just very chill, I don't care, I'm just gonna live my life surf kind of vibes from America that just stayed there. A very cool community, and I think that's why we see such a blend of like foods from home, but in like a healthier, cleaner way. Limon, like the first big major part of the Caribbean that we just drove right through. We didn't spend much time there. Limon is really rising in crime. Costa Rica is actually sadly rising in crime, has the second highest murder rate. So, and it's gone up by like 66% since 2012, which is crazy because I traveled to Costa Rica back in 2013 and it was in the top 10 safest countries to travel. That's how I convinced my mom to let me go over there by myself. But now, sadly, through that short time, just 10 years, it has gone up tremendously, the murder rate. I didn't tell anyone this because I didn't want my mom to worry, but while we were driving Limon through that highway, we saw police pulled over to the side and they were in like a hazmat suit. And Ray said that he thought they found a body on the side, like in the jungle on the side of the road. I don't know. We didn't see a body or anything crazy, but yeah. I don't want that to deter you from going. Just be safe when you're traveling. Don't just like, you know, trust people you don't know. And until we went to the Caribbean side, I hadn't had any problem. And the most thing I've ever had was my wallet was stolen. So actually, if we rewind, if we go back, Tortuguero, there's Tortuguero National Park, which I did want to try to hit on the way back to San Jose. There just wasn't enough time. Tortuguero is kind of Costa Rican's part of the Amazon rainforest, which is kind of annoying because The reason originally our honeymoon was going to be in Ecuador and I wanted to spend a week in the Amazon, it just didn't make sense with travel time and stuff like that. So there's a whole Tortuguero National Park, and you can see a lot of wildlife obviously in that part of the rainforest. Tortuguero is only $15 to enter the national park. They have hikes, trails, there's a boat tour I believe you can do. Because there's some dense river systems, the boat tour is really the only way you can get around in Tortuguero apparently. I would love to see it. I have never been though, unfortunately. So I think we'll have to add that back to my list. But that is one of the biggest highlights in the Caribbean. Another very common location in the Caribbean is Cahuita National Park, and we did go there, and I do have a lot of information and a lot of footage on it, but I am editing and this video is real long, so we're just gonna make it its own video. So that is a place you can check out also. So if you want to learn more about Cahuita National Park or Cojita National Park, I don't know how to say it. There's a link up here, and you can check out my next video about Cojita National Park. All right, and keep going. Yeah, all right, bye. If you travel down the coast past Limon, you get to Puerto Viejo, which we did stay in. This is a huge backpacking community. Like when we drove through at night, there's just people walking all over the place, shoes, no shoes. Everyone had huge backpacks.
There's a lot of backpackers here. It's a really cute beach town, and they have a lot of vegan cookies I found, so I bought like all of them. But we went to the supermarket, we got some croissants, and I got one that had like peanuts in it with like hazelnut. It was good.
They even have like, we saw this Airbnb that was basically just like a high up platform, and then people just camped out on tents on it, which probably had a cool little view. Huge surfer community. We met some crazy people there. This one guy that looked like Shmi from like Captain Hook's partner Shmi or whatever. He looked just like him. He pulled over on the side of the road and they saw that they had fly fishing poles, so he started asking him questions. It was really funny. Just beaches on one side, stores on the other side. Puerto Viejo had a lot of like touristy shopping. They got a store called like Sloth Toes. That is where I got my wallet stolen, but it's very cute backpack community. Had a lot of vegetarian friendly restaurants.
Cute breakfast in the road, but it's so cute. It's a leaf with a little couch.
I like all the animals just sitting on all the chairs which are there.
We're watching the toucans. Pretty cool.
Aw,
she's looking into your eyes.
She's got emerald eyes.
Pretty.
Look at that.
Oh my god. Here we are at breakfast with the cat. What's his name, you think? ¿Cómo te llama, cat?
What?
I was looking at plants.
Are you ready to take a damn picture? What are you eating? What you eating, big boy?
I got sand on my face. Ray started helping these guys with their cast net, and now he's in the water.
Oh yeah, bro.
is talking to these locals about fishing right now and how to do it today. So it's his birthday, so we're gonna do that.
The reason I wanted to go to the Caribbean is because of a sloth sanctuary that is there. We actually ended up not going to it because we heard from some locals that that sloth sanctuary doesn't really treat the sloths all that well, so we decided not to support that, and instead we supported the Jaguar Rescue Center.
We got our tickets to the Jaguar
I don't
Rescue
think
Center.
so.
You excited?
I'm lost.
We're lost. We're a little bit lost. But it's $46 for two people, so it's like $23 a person, but it goes to the rescue center, so that's okay. And they have a gift shop.
Kind of bad habit. Scarlett can say hello in Spanish. Kind of funny to hear it, and she also taught panettone, so we usually hear the two of them saying it back and forth a million times. But it is also detrimental when birds can make human sounds.
The Jaguar Rescue Center was amazing. We saw they were saving spider monkeys. They had a jaguar they're saving. A lot of the time, the problems with the sloths at the Jaguar Rescue Center is they're having to, due to like deforestation and all these power lines. If you see the power lines in Costa Rica, they could be doing better, but they're using power lines across the canopy because there is no canopy, and it's the only, or they have to go down across the street. There's no safe passageway for the sloths, so they're getting electrocuted on these power lines, they're getting hit by cars. So the local, you're not supposed to touch them, by the way. The locals are trying to, like, they'll call the rescue center, they'll come grab them, well, they'll rehabilitate them if they can, and then they'll bring them back to canopy once they're ready to be released to not wild. So they have a 98% success rate right now, I believe. And then I think with monkeys, I want to say it's like 92. So they have spider monkeys, howler monkeys. They had some white-faced monkey, I believe. All stuff that we had seen already the whole time we were there. The spider monkey, I believe, was a pet, and it got saved because it was not being treated well as a pet, to the point one of them was like not able to climb or do anything. I don't know if it climbs now, but it had never moved and he wasn't socialized and it just wasn't good. So they rescued that monkey, a spider monkey. Then there was another spider monkey who they got her eyes fixed. She had cataracts, so they got her eyes fixed, but she'll still have, it'll have to do it again. It's like she's got some degenerative eye situation going on. So right now she can see. I think she was 4 years old, and she was so hyper. It's like watching a puppy in there, and she was really cute. I think her name is Sasha. They have a couple animals that are permanent residents, sadly, that they're just deemed they're not going to be able to come out. They had like a crocodile that someone found in their shower in Costa Rica. That there's nothing wrong with the crocodile, but because of the fact that it was so close to humans or something, the government won't let them release it back to the wild. So it's kind of a waste because this crocodile is totally fine. But yeah, that's how they're getting these animals, and they're all the money toward that you spend for the ticket, and like if you buy a t-shirt or what have you, that all goes to the supporting Jaguar Rescue Center. It was one of the highlights of our honeymoon. I thought I was really sad when I left, but I was happy to support it and happy to learn about it.
at? Puerto Viejo?
Towards Punta Ua, which is right next door to Manzanillo. We were going back and forth between the two. Punta Ua was actually my favorite part. It has that mixture of touristy, where there are places set up where you can, rent snorkeling gear, you can rent a kayak. They were also American, just chilling there, having their own little cart. There's a whole hike you can do, which we loved, and I'll talk about in a second. And our fishing trip was out of there that we booked. There were all kinds of surfing lessons going on at Punta Ua. Punta Ua, it also had that kayak, ocean, river hike tour.
She's going in.
Yeah, it's between the lungs. It's a lighter sloth. Where's the iguana? Oh, yeah.
Yes, sun. Yes, sun.
Reptilian, cold blood, not very sunny day. She's trying to warm up.
Get some sun.
There he goes. Bye, monkey.
Holy shit. We're going the same place because we know where to get food.
Yeah.
They are actually really small.
And so he was not only like showing us things we were seeing, but he was teaching us how to look. So that's how we ended up seeing so many sloths. I think we saw like 4 or 5 sloths that day, and that was the first time we had seen sloths. The ocean part would take you through this cave that you can see above in the hike, but because of the water levels, I did the whole length of Rio de Punta Ua.
Oh, there he is. So,
Wow.
look at him go.
Yeah, that's so cute.
Look at him go.
There's a sloth, 3-toed sloth. 3-toed, yeah? 2-toed.
Three.
Very small. Oh, yeah. You can see him now. Look. See him? Up there.
Coming down.
Yeah, he's coming down. He said hello. I'm gonna go for a swim.
Look at him, his little face. See his little head?
Oh no, I can see the head. I can only see his belly.
Turn.
Oh, there he
Come
comes.
down low. Look at
Is
him.
that female?
Look at his little head. Yeah.
Because there's no hole.
Yeah, look at his head.
I don't know if they can see him or not. They're
Look at
so
him.
slow. Look at him move.
Look at him. Look at him looking around.
Wow.
Ready for the photo, baby? I trained this one.
Trained him.
Oh my god. this is
wow.
good. I think that is female because females are more intense red. The male is more orange.
Oh, come here.
She's gonna try to.
Hold on.
It's hard to get her.
Fast.
Oh, she is.
She's very skinny.
Wow. You're
Now
smiling.
you must wash
Oh.
your hands, okay?
On a
Yeah.
hike.
Stay away from that one there. Yeah.
Anteaters?
These are.
You have anteaters here?
Yeah, we got it out of the wood.
Yeah, you'd have to do the tree rings,
And the
right?
rings.
Yeah.
But I better don't say anything. I'm not sure, but
It's-
it could be very old, right?
It's beautiful.
This one's.
On the way. Now you can't be dangerous. You got to close to the edge.
There was a point where me and Ray were talking about how we hadn't seen these sloths right before the tour. Okay, so if you look for the fake grape trees, that's where you can see the sloths. They love living in those trees, and they can be middle or really high up in there. And then once you spot them, see the tree, you can look up and you'll see a sloth. There's a lot in Putauwa.
I think you sleep.
The fact that he taught us that was really cool. We also did a fishing tour, more of a smaller boat. There were an English-speaking fishing guide who took just me and my husband out on the boat. He put the live well right in our feet, which I didn't really like. He let me try to reel a fish, and my husband started catching fish on his own. It was more interactive.
It's a good fish.
Wow! Look what you got, bro.
What is it?
That's a kingfish, bro.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay, nice and steady. Nice.
Oh, that's big.
That's it, baby!
Wow!
If you're a big fisherman, you want to get in there, I would definitely pay attention to the seasons though, and what you can catch, because the reason why fishing was so slow is the 2 weeks we went, they just had some huge fishing tournament. There was a lot of pressure on some of this big game.
Yeah. Sure.
There's your kingfish. You excited?
Yep. You're hungry?
Looks good? Dang.
Traveling down the coast, right past Putauwa, we have Manzanillo. Which is where our honeymoon suite was. We stayed at Congo Bongo, which is an eco village.
Here's the hammock I've been chilling in. This is the rest of the house. So you have the living room area. We got kitchen area. Just a mess. We got more. This is our little full kitchen. I love that they have a little station here. And we got a little grill, or we got a stove, we got a grill, and stuff like that. They also have eggs from their chickens out here for like 10 cents or something you can buy to make yourself food. But this is the outdoor of our house.
It does not have air conditioning. Because you are in the middle of the rainforest, we did not need it. We did use, there is a mosquito net over your bed, and there are closed doors. We did use like bug spray the first night because I was all worried about it, but then after that I wasn't worried about it at all. Just walking around at night in general in the Caribbean, I had like 100% DEET on the whole time because I didn't want to take any risks of getting anything crazy, but no one wants to be itching and having bug bites. Just take care of yourself.
Going back to Congo Bongo, find our private beach, and I got a new swimsuit.
Oh, there's like several different types of houses here.
This is awesome. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of houses.
Right in the middle of this rainforest, and it's the way they built it is just very ininvasive, if that's a word? Uninvasive? Invasive? I don't know. They tried to minimize cutting down as much trees as possible, and you know, they use gravel roads, and they tried to make sure that you're surrounded by this rainforest, but it's not creating harm to the rainforest. So at nighttime, it was this very big open area, and you can just hear the pouring rain, and I slept like a baby every night. The first night was a little hot. I think it's because we were aware that we didn't have air conditioning, and it really does get cool in the rainforest at night, so there was no need for the air conditioning if you're contemplating on the amenities of an eco village. But it was probably one of my favorite places we stayed at. It's the exact experience that I wanted, just like walkable to the beach. It does have its own private beach access that you can get to.
Walk into the beach. the cabanas over here. Boat thing is pretty cool over there. I am wearing my giant hat because Ray was in charge of the sunscreen. I have sand all over my face. Anyway, wearing my giant hat because Ray was got sunscreen. So he found a big school of sardines. He's very excited right now. He's got one. I'm gonna get wet here. What'd you get? Ah, what is it? Whoa! Wow! That's awesome.
You can walk for a while and get to a restaurant, all walkable from the beach. Neo Beach, if you're looking for a family-friendly beach where you can just lay out, it's calm, you want to take your kids out to snorkel, surf, stuff like that, that's where I would go. Very calming, you want to just sit down, read a book, a lot less people, a lot less touristy, there's not people walking around trying to sell you stuff. It was very, very nice, and I loved Manzanillo Beach, and we kept eating at the same restaurant, not really because the food was good, just because Ray liked how peaceful it was, and he was kind of frustrated after my wallet got stolen with Puerto Rico, so he was like, you know what, we're just gonna go back to Manzanillo Beach. I like it there, it's homey, there's just stray dogs that he knew by name.
There's a really cute puppy here that keeps ignoring Ray and going straight to me, which makes me happy because dogs love Ray. And I was just walking, and it's twice now he's just run up to me and cuddled me. He's so cute. You got 2 dogs now?
And there's another hike in the Manzanillo Beach. Just walk right up the bridge there, the hanging bridge. You go through, and there's actually people who live in this little protected area. There was like there's a couple restaurants in there. I think there was a whole like hotel in there, just like a small thing. And we found this crazy guy selling coconuts. So we had these big coconut glasses.
We are in a rescue center for the... You want one? They got smoothies.
Yep.
All right.
Look at him.
Guess we're taking a break. They got like places you can stay in restaurants in this hike. I don't know where he went. I guess we're getting smoothies. He's getting a pina colada. I'll get a smoothie.
I had a coconut smoothie, and Ray had like some rum coconut drink, and we were walking, drinking these coconut all the way. He made it completely fresh sitting there. We didn't know what we were getting into, or if it was clean or not, but whatever, he was really cool. So we went and got these coconuts and hiked down with these glass bottles into these pretty views.
So pretty here. Like they put it out there. Do we know where we're going? We don't know where we're going.
Manzanillo versus Punta Uva. 2, I would consider family-friendly beaches compared to the Pacific side. I would say I enjoyed beaches more family-friendly. But if you're looking for something more touristy, Tamarindo on the Pacific side, Guanacaste Costa area, that's where you want to go. If you're looking for something more calm, you know, backpacker community, you can meet some people from all over the place, but you're not really looking for like the Costa Rican like experience, then I would go to the Caribbean and enjoy the beautiful blue waters. The beaches are not as white as they tell you they are. Some of the beaches are actually black sand. Just depends on where you're at. If you're just there to enjoy a nice week in the beaches, you know, and maybe some really easy hikes, you're not a big hiker, then I would go down to the Caribbean side. I would go to the Caribbean side if you're looking for sloths and wildlife. You can check out the Jaguar Rescue Center like we did. There are some adventure things you can do in the Caribbean as well, like ATV tours. There are some hikes. They do some day trips like up to some of the national parks like Tortuguera. They are available. I would just look them up. And if you are going to look to do the waterfall tours, I would look them up beforehand. Don't just use all trails and look for waterfalls, because that's when I got into some sketchy parking situations and we were like, maybe we shouldn't leave our car here. We're getting a bad feeling about it. So we just decided to head on our way. So that's really what there is to do there in the Caribbean. If you're contemplating and you really have some active people but you want some beach time, unfortunately the Caribbean and like Monteverde area are very far away, so it might be easier for you to head down to Guanacaste, although that is a large drive too. It is definitely possible because I've done it, but you are going to guarantee a day of driving. So it's just kind of like what your family needs are. Maybe you just want more of the like easy beach time, enjoy family friendly stuff, snorkel a little bit, head down to the Caribbean and you'll be fine. Eco-tourism situation, go up to Monteverde and Cloud Forest. Very cool up there. If you're trying to look for the indigenous part of Costa Rica, which I haven't been able to experience yet, they're in very, very remote areas. But that's where those cool, like one of the wonders of the world, they're like how those spheres were formed and why they're there. If I were to compare the Pacific and shopping, lots of shopping, it's basically just shopping, restaurants, and then beaches. So do you want to see Pacific, where it's like kind of rough waters, or do you want to see more Caribbean side, which I believe the fishing is supposed to be better on the Pacific side, but that's something you might want to contemplate. Just contemplate the seasons you're going. Surfing, Jaco is definitely a huge surfer area, but there is some surfing in the Caribbean, especially at Punta Uwa. Calmer waters in the Caribbean in comparison to where we were in like Playa Hermosa and Jaco. So if you're looking to surf and you're more on the extreme side, I mean, that's where the competitions are held. The average beginner surfer cannot surf on Playa Hermosa. In the Caribbean, I don't think there were any places where they were like, you can't surf here. Enjoy Costa Rica, check out Costa Rica, enjoy the wildlife, just go with the flow, pura vida. Yeah, those you know, if you have specific questions, please put them in the comments below. Things that you're wondering about Costa Rica, definitely be going back for sure. I don't know what part yet, but, well, I actually have exactly idea what part, but I'm not gonna say it right now. All right, bye guys.